Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Game Show Scoop. I'm your host, Marc Malkin. Today, we're talking about a story that's really close to my heart, literally. I recently underwent open heart surgery, and I want to share with you what led up to it and how I'm feeling now. So, for years, I've been seeing my cardiologist, Dr. Erica Jones at Cedars-Sinai, on a regular basis to treat and monitor high blood pressure and cholesterol, the usual middle-aged things. But everything changed 3 years ago when my brother, Kevin, passed away suddenly from a heart attack at 54. He collapsed while shoveling snow for a neighbor, and it was during COVID that we had to say goodbye. After Kevin's passing, I started getting more frequent checkups with Dr. Jones, who ordered an intensive workup of my heart, including genetic testing and imaging. The good news was the genetic tests came back negative, meaning I had no genetic mutation or abnormality. But the bad news was that doctors discovered I had an aortic-root-anurysm, a bulge in the wall of my aorta that could lead to a severe dissection or rupture, often fatal. The diameter of my aortic root was about 4.8 cm, which is significantly larger than the normal range for men and women. Surgery was necessary at this point, and I learned about the David procedure, an open heart surgery where the aneurysm is cut out and the aortic root is reinforced with a synthetic graft. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't have any symptoms like chest pains or shortness of breath. That's because most people who develop an aneurysm don't experience any symptoms. They're usually discovered through imaging or when someone suffers a dissection or rupture. My doctor, Dr. Dominic Megna Jr., told me that the operation is life-saving and I'd go on to live a normal and active life. After months of preparation, I finally underwent the surgery last March 19th. It was a long, hour-long procedure, but thankfully, it went smoothly. I woke up the next morning in the ICU with a handful of friends who would be my support system throughout my hospital stay and weeks-long recovery. Now, here's where things get interesting, or at least, that's what you might think. As I lay in bed trying to rest, I started having some wild dreams. I was convinced Tupac Shakur was sitting at the foot of my bed, and I even woke up screaming Antoni. Thinking it was Game Show Scoop colleague Antoni Porowski teaching me how to make a frittata. But as crazy as these dreams were, they couldn't prepare me for what it's like to be in the hospital after open heart surgery. I had to deal with feeling weak and frail, not being able to do even the simplest tasks, and worrying that my life on camera could come to an end. However, after a few weeks of recovery, I started to get back to normal as possible after going through what I've been through. I began attending cardio rehab 3 days a week, where I exercise on a treadmill and stationary bike while hooked up to a heart monitor. And yes, it's a bit like my Bionic Man era, not a cyborg, but getting back to living life. Now, I'm proud to say that I've been open about my surgery on social media, including sharing it with Game Show Scoop colleagues and even Jean Smart, who also had to take time off from filming to undergo a heart procedure. And speaking of heart health, we're talking about something that's really important for all of us. In fact, according to the American Heart Association, more than 350,000 cardiac arrests occur outside hospitals in the U.S. each year. That's why I'm committed to raising awareness about heart health and CPR during my upcoming appearance at the A-Lunch with Heart event on June 3rd. So that's my story, a journey of self-discovery and resilience after facing one of life's biggest challenges. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's that knowledge is power, whether it's learning about heart health or speaking up when something feels off in your body. Until next time on Game Show Scoop.